What's up, YouTube? This is coming live from my phone. Okay, so I recently got my RetroFlag GBPi case, which everybody was dying to get. Like, it was so in fucking demand that it took about 3 months to get here. I think I ordered it about 2.5, 3 months ago, and the guy kept saying, "Oh, we've none left, and we'll send you one out, and do you want a refund?" I was like, no. Just send it when it comes. But this is me basically showing this device off, and also an image that I created for it. So it took me about an afternoon, and I made like it's a 32 gigabyte image. I did try a few pre-made images, but I felt like everything that I found had loads of problems. Like, they had I had one where the screen was constantly freezing, and I fixed that, and then something else was going wrong, and then the control. So I just thought, you know what, screw it. So I got the latest version of RetroPie and just built one up from the ground myself. So this is running the latest version, excuse me, of RetroPie, which is 4.5.1 at this point in time. I did take a few things from I took little bits from different images, like this Hey Chromie theme is basically scaled down to work perfectly with this screen, and there's not many images that do that, so I took that theme. I wouldn't say taken, like, I rewrote the scripts. There were some scripts here, but some of them weren't working on the latest version, and I had a few. When you port stuff over from version to version, sometimes stuff doesn't work, so I changed some of these scripts. I actually took off a lot of stuff from the base image as well, because stuff like Raspberry config, RetroPie setup, they had a lot of options in there that actually broke things, like the themes aren't to scale, and if you update it or reset the controller configs, they're a nightmare to get back, and you literally can't connect to your device. So I took a lot of that stuff off, but I did add a couple as well. So I've added a Wi-Fi config option, which basically lets you connect. So if I went to a friend's house and he's got a different Wi-Fi, I can basically put my micro SD card into my PC and add the credentials of his Wi-Fi to it, and then it'll connect up like that. So I don't know why I've launched it, but I added that, and I added a script that stops background music. So it's enabled by default, but I added a script that stopped that. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are disabled by default because it saves battery, and people might just want to blast the image on there and then forget about it. So maximum battery saving. I added a mono or stereo feature, so it's automatically set to mono by default because it's a mono speaker in this Pi. But if you ever did want to use stereo headphones, you'd need to change that to stereo for the best experience. So I added a script that did that. I've actually explained everything in the scripts as well, just in case, because there's probably going to be people that don't see this video. And obviously, I've added the toggle Wi-Fi Bluetooth off or on. So when you first start it up, you need to edit the config and also turn on Wi-Fi and then restart it, and then that'll work. Oh, and also the clear last played script. I've updated that as well. So that'll just clear any entries that's in the last played section of the Pi, and then set all the played counters to 0. Which you might want to do, like, say if you've given it to one of your kids and if they've played a ton of games that aren't really for you, so you just want to clear that. Okay, when you first get this as well, you'll need to put it into hat mode. So if you hold select and press left on the D-pad for 5 seconds, you only ever need to do it once, and it'll go into, I'll show you, so it'll go into hat mode. And to take it out, you just do the same. But if you look at the light at the top, it'll flash purple, like that. So that means it's gone in or out of hat mode. I've just took it out of hat mode, so I'm going to put it back in. But you'll need to do that once, ever, and then it's done permanently. So that will, that basically means now that when you press up, down, left, right, it's using the analog stick. which supports more games with the analog stick. The analog stick will also work as a D-pad as well. That's why they always recommend hat mode. Okay, so I'll go through what's on it. When you first get it, there's no favourites, no last played. I put the entire arcade collection on there because I didn't particularly want to go through every single one and figure out which ones work. They are set to automatically run with the best emulators though. I updated all the emulators as well. So the best LR core for each one will be set to run with that. I've got the full NES collection. That's fully scraped. Yeah, so it's got all the NES games. The order goes from oldest to newest, so you'll have NES, and then you'll have the NES hacked ROMs, and then Atari 7800, and then Master System. MX2 ran surprisingly okay, so I put some MX2 games on there. I noticed Amiga were really stuttery, but the MX2 was actually quite good, so I left them on. And then we got to the Mega Drive, so these have got some obviously really good classic games, but they also have some really good hacked games as well. There's a lot of Sonic hacks on there. A lot of the top sort of 100 hacks for the console, they're pretty much all on there. And then we go to Game Boy, PC Engine. They all run really well. Atari Lynx, Neo Geo, Game Gear hacks, only a few of those. Super Nintendo hacked. So Sega CD. So out of all these, the only possible problems that you'll have is with Sega CD and Neo Geo. So any CD-based games. The reason there's only 12 Sega CD games on there and everything else has got the full collection is because they're quite large and I've only got 32 gigs. So, but they are fully scraped. Well, when I say fully scraped, they've got the mix art. I'm not bothered with the video snaps because they actually make Emulation Station lag a bit. So it's literally just the mix art for everything, but everything has. I think I've just launched the game. But all the controls are the same as well. So if you wanted to exit the game, you can hold start and select because select your hotkey. It's got the little console starting logos as well, and also the video that you just saw, the loading video. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of this. I mean, this is a Sega 32X game. Golf, apparently, that I accidentally launched. But yeah, it's got everything on there fully scraped. Game Boy Color, Neo Geo Pocket, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Advance hacked. So that's everything that's on here. The Game Boy Advance I was expecting not to run, but they actually ran surprisingly well. I have put a little overclock on here because one of the problems with the screens crashing was actually due to the power. It wasn't able to power the screen as well, so I had to overclock it very slightly, the GPU and the CPU arm as well. There's actually a script on here which I didn't cover before, I don't think, under RetroPie Tools. So overclock, this is actually a script that I've edited. So it'll give you the option to overclock to the maximum of 1100. Because I feel like any higher and it'll just be a bit silly. But when you get it, it's running at 1000, which is plenty fine. So I'll just close that. So I'll show you some gameplay on a game that might be quite taxing. So if we go for let's try Ultimate. Was that Ultimate Mortal Kombat? Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I would imagine that it maybe struggles slightly with this because of the intensity and the speed of the game. But everything does pretty much run to 100% that I've seen so far, apart from those what I mentioned. The arcade section, like I said as well, I don't know about every single one of those because there's so many. I've not tested them all. But the only ones that I've noticed are very small lag with Sega CDs sometimes, and also Neo Geo only sometimes. So if I just blast the sound up, that actually runs pretty well. Oh god, what are we on? Mega Drive? I don't even know the controls for Mega Drive because there's only 3 buttons. I'm used to having the 4. So when you play Mega Drive emulator, that's A, B, and C. But as you know, that's how it works in these kind of RetroPie setups. It automatically amends it to A, B, and C. This is so weird. I'm playing by watching it through my phone. Oh, there we go. So it's oh, there it is. So yeah. I don't actually notice any lag here, which is pretty good. How do you uppercut on the Mega Drive? No idea. So that was that ran pretty well. Let's try a SNES game. So if we try let's try Super Mario. There's something I want to show you as well with the hotkeys. I don't know, I think a lot of you will probably know this, but all the hotkeys are also set up so you can actually save states and stuff like that, because don't forget you've got your L and your R button here, so you can still save and load states. Let's go to, I'm going to have to mark some of these as favourites. Oh yeah, when you mark favourites as well, I'll just open this one. Sometimes when I shut it down, so it's got the auto shutdown script is enabled, even though I built it from the bottom, I actually manually added the shutdown script command, so when you turn this off, it'll safely shut it down. But where was I even going with that? I can't remember where I was going with that. But yeah, the hotkeys. So if we just get into a game, if you hold select and then L, the best way to remember this is L for load and then R for write. So you can hold select, press L to load a save state, and if you want to save a state, so let's say you start say you get to a certain point in a level, so let's say I'll save it there, and then I died, but you can actually, so I held select and pressed R, but if you hold select to press L, it loads me into pretty much the dying animation for when I saved it. I don't think there's any way to recover from that. But yeah, yeah, the save states do work. Well, the sound's being a bit funny there. Oh, that's strange. So, because the sound got a little bit fucky there, I just restarted it, and I didn't mark it as a favourite because I'm an idiot, so I'm just going to go down to play the same game and see if it does this. Oh, well, Super Mario World 2, whatever. No, I want... Oh yeah, if you can also access the emulator menu here as well by pressing A. So if you press A, keep pressing A at this point, you can switch emulators, but all the emulators are set to the best ones for each console. So if I just turn that up. Ah, okay. That's really laggy. I'm wondering if it's because the battery's low. I've not, literally, before this video, I've not even noticed anything like that. I'm just going to overclock it. Because there are a lot of people on the internet that say there's no point in overclocking it. But I haven't really messed about with this so much. So that was Super Mario World 2. So I'm just going to overclock that. Okay, so that would require a reboot to take into effect. So I'm just going to restart that. So yeah, I'm just going to launch, so that's now overclocked hopefully. I'm going to launch the Super Mario World 2. I can just get it from last played. And let's see if this runs any better. It'll be interesting to see though, because like literally I've run into any problems with any of the games that I play until that second. There was a bit of stuttering, but never sound issues like that. It might even just be a bit more tolerable. Nope. Let's just go into the game. I might have to look into that. There's a setting, audio PWM mode. I might need to enable that just to see if it's any better. Alright, I'm going to enable that. One sec. Yeah, so I did some research, and apparently the SNES doesn't run 100% on the Raspberry Pi Zero. That's the problem. I did make a change which made it a lot better. So if you go to... well, I'll show you now. So if I run Super Mario World again, because obviously that was a game that it struggled with, it still doesn't run 100%, but it can cope with it pretty well. It was like an option in the... Oh god, I hate it when I can see myself in the fucking reflection. It was like an option in the... whatever it's called, RetroFlag. So to bring up the RetroFlag menu, it's the same as any. It's just you hold select and press X. So if you do that, and all I changed was in options, put that to compatible. And then I'm just going to save the core overrides. So it does it for, it'll keep that setting. So I think this was the part where it froze. This is using the LR SNES 2002 emulator. So it still runs a bit shit, but it's not as bad as what it was. And as soon as you get past the menu with all the FPS lag, it's actually not too bad. So as you can see here, it's actually improved that quite a lot. But so I've just set that to compatible, so it's with compatible ROMs, I guess. And look at that, that's not even stuttering anymore, so... which is pretty good. And the reason I didn't notice that that there was buggy sound issues is because I literally never played half of these games. The only game I really like on the SNES is Donkey Kong Country, but I know that runs like a dream. So, well, Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3. I've only played Donkey Kong Country 2 on this so far. But, yeah, this runs pretty good. I think there was, actually, when I think about it, I think there was a little bit of stuttering, but I'm wondering if that's gone now. I've done that little compatibility fix. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think it lagged at this point. It was just if there was like rain on the level or something, or some artifacts. It did a bit of stuttering, but I never... Oh, I flashed my thing again, so I lost my save file or whatever. So, it's not actually focusing very well, that. Yeah, I think it has improved it, actually. I mean... Come on, focus! Oops. I'm watching the camera on my phone, and it's I think it's just enabled battery mode because it's been on for so while, and there's like... Because I'm playing the game through my foot, like the recording. I'm like half a second behind. One second. Yeah, there's no lag there. So that's... I think that is better than what it was, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the... So, okay. I can safely say that a lot of them... Every single Mega Drive game that I've played has not had any lag whatsoever. But like I said... I've just realised the SNES thing today, but I've played a lot more Mega Drive games. I am going to spin up Sonic the Hedgehog. Actually, no, Streets of Rage 3. I bet that's pretty intensive. Okay. Bang the sound up so I can hear any... Oh. Oh, wait, no, that's what it sounds like anyway. That... I thought it was the lag, but I think that's the normal sound. Okay. Yeah, there's no... As far as I'm concerned, there's no lag there. That's completely fine. Beating the crap out of these... Yeah, that's good. There's no lag there. I'm just gonna test. Like I said, the only problems really a Sega CD. 32X is, I'm pretty sure, is fine. Let's give this a spin. Let's do... I don't know, I guess Chaotix? God damn it! Stupid reflection, I don't like seeing myself on the fucking thing. I have to hold it up like that. Yeah, so this is using the the Libretro's Genesis. I think GX, I think it's called. I can't remember which one it was. I'll just do a no save. Yeah, there's no lag there either. Not straight away anyway. Maybe a little bit of sound lag. Let's see what we've got going on here. Sometimes if you turn off, just turn off a few settings, like anything HD textures, or just knock any... There's not really much I can turn off there. But yeah, that is playable. Completely playable. There's actually, to me, there's no actual visual lag at all. I think this... Because I'm not really too sure what the sounds are supposed to be at this point. I don't know if that's... Oh my god, bitch stole my fucking big. I think maybe like 95% the sound. I feel like when the screen's moving, the sound does shake a little tiny bit. But that looks pretty good. I know my system runs fine because I've been playing that. Do some arcade classics. I think these are going to run quite badly, you know, because if it can't even handle SNES, how's it going to handle half of these? Let's do something that it can possibly get away with first. So let's do... No, stop going across. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade style beat 'em up / whatever. Let's do some of that. So again, all the emulators are configured on this image, but it's just whether the Pi will be able to handle it. So that's all normal. Winners don't use drugs, apparently. Oh, I can hear the lag already. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Right, what can I change on here? I don't even know what emulator this is using. Frame scale, let's put that on 1. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I don't even know what she was saying. Okay, I'm going to put this flat. And just zoom that in a bit. That's better. Yeah, that is pretty, if you can hear that. It's not the... Oh, shit. That means I can't play half the arcade games. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else I could put on instead, I guess. But I'll just keep it as it is for now. Something that'll play. I feel like Street Fighter should be alright. it depends what emulator, I guess. Because Street Fighter runs alright on the... I'm sure I've played Street Fighter on the SNES one and it worked. Or maybe it was the Mega Drive, I can't remember. I mean, for the games that I play it for, it's fine. It's just venturing out to see what else there is. Give some credits. Don't even know what that's saying. Okay, Oh. Oh. Oh, well, it is a bit... Bring it on, Cammy. It's actually not that bad. I mean, obviously, you just play it on an emulator that runs it better, or runs it 100%. But it's not so bad. I mean, I'm getting my ass fucked, but I mean, what do you expect when you're running at 6 FPS? There must be like stuff like Puzzle Fighter or stuff where there's a lot of movement. I feel like that's all fine. No, you'd play that on another system, something that's arcade, like Outrunners. Oh, I forget what the name. What's the arcade name for Outrun? I'll see if it's under Outrun. It's under something else. Outzone. No, it's under like Cannonball or something like that. Is it Cannonball? How's the one arcade game I thought of not on here? There's 2,200 and fucking whatever games on. Fuck it, let's do Dig Dug. I mean, I don't think this is gonna really struggle, but it'll be interesting to see. I think the battery might be getting a little bit low as well because I've been playing it quite a lot, so... Okay, I don't even know what to do in this game. Oh, okay, so it's like, yeah, okay, so it's... You have to blow the guys up and then... Oh, shit. Okay, that's fire. Yeah, this seems to be running fine. But yeah, anything for the, like... Anything before, I guess, SNES does run fine. Even if it's on the arcade. I bet I'm probably scrolling through this list and you guys are probably like, Jesus Christ, that's a fucking banger and all this stuff, and I'm just like scrolling past it, but I've never played most of these. I think the Scraper's done a good job though. I mean, it's really caught a lot of games on here. It's just a shame I didn't have, even with all those games, I'm still missing a few. Let's try a hacked Genesis game, because honestly I love these. Like this is probably mainly what I'll be playing on it, just because it's different stuff that I've not played before. Like I think, in fact, I'm gonna do Amy the Hedgehog. I'll do Amy the Hedgehog in Sonic 1. So it's basically Sonic the Hedgehog, but you're Amy. And you don't jump on enemies. You gotta hit stuff with the hammer. It's quite unique. I mean, I don't know how the hell you'd killed some of the Robotnik bosses. I wonder if the up, down, left, right cheat works on it. Oh my god, it fucking works! What? So they kept the little cheat in it. I don't know if I'm ready for Marble Zone yet as Amy the Hedgehog. Let's just do Final Zone. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, let me just try this. Okay. Okay, I can't. Wait, so I have to like hit it and then move. Okay. I mean, if you could do Final Zone. Okay, yeah, that's how you do it. You have to jump and then hit the hammer. Because she doesn't do damage like Sonic does. Like, I'll show you. If you jump on an enemy in this, you die. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realise that the left right thing still works. God. I'm so bad that I actually remembered that cheat. Well, I mean, it's only up, down, left, right, A star. I mean, I guess it's not really that hard to remember. But yeah, that's not a part of the game. That's just well, it is a part of the game, but it's not. As soon as you press start, you go into this green hill zone. If you've never played Sonic. Okay, so I mean, going back to the actual test, so you can't even jump on these. You have to actually hit them, and I think yeah, you have to hit them as well. But yeah, that runs as full. That's completely full speed. That really is. Oh, I can't even do the spin dash. She does like a jump instead. I mean, that would make it easy though. I think that's the whole objective of the game. It's like you have to do it all with a hammer. But honestly, I think that would, on a plane journey or a car journey or something like that, that would be so much fun. But yeah, another thing as well, I don't think I've covered, the batteries. They actually, I'll do another video about which batteries I've got, but these Emulator Pros, they charge up really well, and they are, I think I've had a few hours out of them, like maybe 4 hours I think for a charge. But that was like really hammering it. I was trying stuff. I was like pushing it. I was copying stuff to it via WinSCP and all that kind of stuff. So, and then there's a little slot there. I don't know if you can see it. That's for if you wanted to use a rechargeable battery pack. But you do get a wire with it that goes into here. So if you plug the USB wire in, it cuts the battery off and just uses the USB wire, so it doesn't drain any charge. So you don't have to take your batteries out, which I thought was pretty nice. I did the I did a voltage test on that, so it literally didn't. And you can also, well, you can take the you can put the power in there and take the batteries out, and then put the batteries back in and take the power out, and your device doesn't lose power. It just keeps going. So they've really hit the nail on the head with that switching the power. I'll run a Sega CD game and then I'll probably call it there. I feel like this is a good game. Like, I was reading up on this and it said it was like a side-scroller RPG. I've not played it. So I wonder how that runs. This is a Sega CD game. But I feel like the Sega CD games will probably run better than some of the SNES games at default. Honestly, like, this is so worth the money. Sure. But I like doing... Oh, have I just skipped a cutscene? Oh, shit, I should have watched that, really. Oh, I have. I've just skipped a cutscene. Damn it. Okay, Elf Woods, okay. Oh, I'm doing stuff here. Yeah, that actually runs fine. I don't know what it looks like on the I feel like the camera always the camera does always like do some blurry lag, but to me that looks really fine. I mean, I know there's not massive amounts going on here, but if this is what the game is, you could probably get through the game without any problems. Oh, okay. I'm playing this at a weird angle, so yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Yeah, so it's just like there is just some games. Let's do a handheld game. Let's do Game Boy Advance. I feel like that would test it because that's like quite recent. What's a good Game Boy Advance game? I guess there's Mario games for the Game Boy Advance, so I'll just do some of them. I preferably want the Sonic Advance as well. Let's do Super Mario, surely? Super Mario Advance. Okay. Okay, turn that up. Oh, I've just thought of a good one. Mario Kart would be a good one. Let's be Peach. Okay. Yeah, that's running at full speed, but the music's a little bit fucky. Dynamic recompiler. So what's this using? GPSP. Huh. It's not always fucky. It was just like if you blast it on full volume, you can hear it. Okay, let's see what else we've got. I'm going to do Super Mario Kart, because I feel like that could probably test it. Is it just called Mario Kart? Random Mario anyway. Okay. No, that runs pretty well. Yeah, that's actually running quite well. Yeah, even the sound's fine. Getting a bit long, but yeah, that's the Pi Zero. And honestly, anything like if you was a Sega fan, especially if you was a Sega fan of the old Segas like Master System, like a lot of people are, this is so good. Like, it's so small. And just to give a size comparison, let's see what I've got. So I've not got my phone, but so my phone case. So this is like a size comparison. It's a bit smaller than a normal GBA, but only a little bit smaller. Like maybe a sixth smaller, I'd guess. But yeah, this is a oh god, what is this? It's a Huawei Mate 20 Pro. So I think that's the 7 inch. I can't even remember. I don't even know how many inches it is. Okay, so an Xbox 360 game with a hard drive in it. So that's the size comparison with an Xbox 360 case. To give you an idea of how big it is. But really good. I actually didn't get a case with it. Like, it doesn't come with a case, but I have got like a little bag that's perfect size for it. Because I've had RetroFlag cases before, and the RetroFlag cases actually come with this little bag. This one didn't, but you know, funnily enough, it is the perfect size for that. So I just use that to carry in that and the power supply with. So yeah, really good, 100% worth the money. When you get it, the Raspberry Pi Zero is in here. So obviously you unscrew. I can't remember if it came screwed. I don't think it was screwed, but you screw the Raspberry Pi into there. It's pretty straightforward. I didn't actually need the instructions. The micro SD card goes there. I've actually chipped mine a little bit because I've been taking it out so many times when I was making the build before. Like just the paint. Well, not chipped it, but the paint. Yeah, honestly, great piece of kit. Just remember when you do get it, your shutdown switch is here. So you need to flick that little black switch there across to on. Because that's what enables it to shut down when you turn it off safely. Otherwise, it'll just cut the power and you've got risk of damaging your Pi. When that's turned on, it'll shut it down safely with that. Alright guys, appreciate you watching. Let me know if you're thinking about buying one. And if you've had any bad experiences or good experiences, just let me know in the comments. Alright, peace out guys. Bye.